Hey folks, how we doing? I want to show you two new Tantos I did because one is going out tomorrow to my best customer actually. Clifford is amazing guy, buys a lot of my knives, carries and uses them, gives them to his big family. Really nice guy. This was early one. I did this one first and came up pretty sweet. This one, the grind was nice, so I left it satin. Really like that, how the lines come together, especially on this one. This one is just perfect. This is his stone wash blades, so more of a user. Notice how they all made at that one single point up there up front. Really like that. Probably my favorite mill pattern on the knives I did so far, and you guys know that I did a lot of the mill patterns. For some reason I really like this. It's not as uniform like the when I did the kind of like the flag, because these long horizontal lines they have the focal point somewhere right behind the handle here, so they come off like a sun rays, like lines. You can see it, which makes it interesting. And then also these are not just vertical lines, but they're actually circles on the rotary table. It's not visible because the diameter of the radius is very big, but it creates this really cool, I don't know what would I call it. It's not diamond, it's not frag pattern, it's just something else, and I really like how it all ties together. Now this one has just a nice clean gear pattern, whatever you would call it. Kind of did the nice work on this one by tying it together, so you have the straight here, and it actually feels like it looks like it continues with the same pattern after the curve, which was kind of tricky. It needs a little bit of luck for me to do it with my skills. I'm not that skilled, but pretty happy with how it came out. Really fell in love with this contouring, the same kind of deal like I showed you before here, that it ends here, doesn't actually go into the front of the handle, which is kind of tricky, but I think well worth it. This one is ridiculously smooth. For some reason this one came out just perfect. This one is smooth, but not that smooth. This one fires harder. The D10 is a little stronger on it, so it fires harder. This one is softer, but much smoother, so it's actually the same result of good, very well functioning flipper, but can achieve two different ways. Interesting thing about this one is this, probably the main thing I wanted to show you guys. The Backspacer, same kind of deal like that, but every one of the center squares, center peaks, have a D10, ceramic D10 pressed in. That was a tricky one to do. And then this back end is done a little differently. But really like it. They came out pretty cool. Oh, and also here I pressed the 3D D10s, just the decoration to the pocket clip as well. Another difference, you see, this one has the one from the bottom. This one is from the outside. Clifford actually asked, we talked about it on the email, he said the same thing what I said. One of the reasons why I like this better actually, even though this looks cleaner, more practical. You bend the clip, you catch the knife on something, you bend the clip, or you need to adjust the tension because of whatever, you have different type of pens. Much easier on this, much more convenient. You can just take it off, or even if you want to just take the pocket clip off for whatever reason, much easier on this. You have to take the knife apart, which isn't that nice. And by the way, no, we knife makers do not like when people take custom knives apart. Remember, these are like custom knives, hand fitted one by one. They are not two the same. So often I'm sure a lot of custom knife makers will say the same thing. Often if you take apart the knife and you're not very familiar with it, you might not be able to put it together the way it's supposed to be, and that way you can actually hinder the knife in a way. That's just reality. I'm not saying all of it all the time, but I know it happens. So generally it's not a good practice to mess around with. There is a reason why even the companies where pretty much all their knives are exactly the same, every single one, they almost, pretty much, they still will void the warranty if you take the knife apart. I always found it amusing, but you know what? it's true. You know, you're doing a business, people are messing with the products. It's kind of like only way people can kind of defend themselves, you know, the companies. So I understand it. I'm not being mean about it, but I'm just telling you, it's just kind of funny thing. So guys, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your amazing support. Take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut yourself.